Good morning and welcome to a very special I Love Shipple Wednesday. We are hanging out here and dreaming about what happens when that rocket gets to Mars. So, the Uplift is having a liftoff event, and for anyone who doesn't know, we're just going to jump right in and take a look at it. Information can be found at theuplift.world/sales. There we go. So there's a page, and there's a promo video, there's some buttons, it looks big and fancy. Some important points here. 12% of the new DAO tokens will go to landowners. This is your opportunity to get your land to help get some DAO tokens. There are lots of worlds out here. We've got Genesis, which is our creative world. We have Lundum, the original survival world. Gratitude, also survival, relatively newly opened to the public. Uplift seems to be extremely popular. And then we have Rail on Borvalis and Swineland, which are the collaborative worlds with our planet. So, anybody mind if I take a look at Uplift? Because I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, go for it.
Very exciting.
Okay. So I kind of had my eyes on a place in Uplift here. The spawn is right here. Oh, hey, look, is that an ant?
Oh, that's the colony ant. Oh, that is exciting.
That's cool. That's like right next to spawn. That is so convenient. That's a popular place in Uplift. That is very lucky.
The colony is a play-to-earn group that Russ and I have been a part of here for these last, has it been 6 months, Russ? 5 months? Something like that. But we've been...
starting December, November-ish.
December, yeah. So we've been recruiting and onboarding new people, mostly from outside of Wax, into not just the Uplift and Uplift, but many of the games that we've been playing here on Wax. And it's been fun, that recruiting and onboarding. And then one of the things that we're hoping to do with this auction is see if we can build out that colony headquarters and get some of the adjoining plots, which, this odds and ends land auction is a pretty cool way to be able to do that, to build out our empire. It's kind of fun.
Absolutely. So it looks like there's some rail here. A couple of bids on that and a couple of pieces of rail. So it's the same people who want the rail. And then there's a land plot right next door to the colony plot that doesn't have any bids yet. So that would be a hot spot. And yeah, everything else, a couple other spawn spots. Yeah. Interesting. Rail. So I have a spot that I'm particularly interested in. And it's the only other rail spot in this block just up from spawn, because right here I have a store.
Ooh.
My Rainbow Place, and I would like this piece of rail. So if nobody minds, I'm just gonna do that.
I promise not to come in and bid against you and drive up your prices, Jen.
Thank you.
Gotta help each other out.
Yeah, well. And for anyone who doesn't know yet, while I grab my 2FA code here, it appears that the Facebook social login for Wax Cloud Wallet is dead. So hopefully you put an email address on that, because you'll need it.
I saw some messaging about that the other day. Do you think it's permanently disabled now, or?
They don't know. They actually hadn't been able to get in touch with anybody from Facebook to kind of see what was going on. What I do know is that logging in with my email address works, so that's good. And they're very responsive in the Wax Discord there, so...
That is a difference with crypto. People are relatively easy to get a hold of compared to, go ahead, talk to Facebook or Twitter.
Yeah, so Wax has been absolutely great about it. So I'd recommend, if you haven't joined their Discord yet, do it, because you'll get up to speed on all the information. And if you have a Wax Cloud wallet and you haven't gone into your settings and set up an email address as a backup method of logging in, you really should. It's necessary. So go do the thing. I'm just going to turn my microphone here. I'm getting a bit of an echo, and I'm wondering if it's because it's pointing at my screen. Um, all right, so I placed my bid, and now I can look here, and it will show that I have a bid
Oh,
there, and my bid stays open until somebody outbids me.
so smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It was
That's
super
impressive,
slick.
Jen. You
Yeah,
like totally multitasked and everything.
yeah. And so then I can go back here. This updates every 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes, my bid will show up there, and this square will change from purple to yellow
Nice.
or green. I guess it goes green first. Greenish yellow. So it looks like there haven't been a whole ton of bids up and uplift yet. A few. Popular spots would be like the nether portals are in the corners, so those would be popular.
And
But
Uplift just went live this morning, right?
yeah, it
Oh,
did.
nice.
So that's actually it's doing fairly well. So if I were to take a look at London for comparison, there are a couple. Oh yeah, there are a couple clusters in London that are getting some bids there. So that's
Yeah,
good.
I put a bid in London just before this show.
Yeah, I've got a couple there that I'm gonna just hang out and wait on. I don't think anybody will want either of the plots I picked, so that's good. I'm curious about gratitude though, because I had a bid here. Oh,
There,
it's still
there's a
there.
lot of big plots in Gratitude available,
Yep.
though. That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, this one's red. I wonder what's going on here. Oh wow.
It's a battle.
Yeah,
Is
it
there
is.
what do you call it? Not a farm. One of the temples, the ocean temples there.
I've heard that there actually are quite a few ocean monuments in gratitude. So
Monument. Yes, thank you.
yeah, that's probably what's going on there. But gratitude is hot.
Nice.
Genesis, mostly the big community plots that were not really used that are up for grabs, and that's going to be a real steal because they're huge, right?
Those
So
are 250 by 250, right?
yeah, yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
that's so crazy.
yeah.
So
So
big.
like this one, for example, is under 300 wax right now. That's unheard of.
I was actually surprised. I have most of my plots in Genesis, and I was surprised that there weren't more available as far as just randomly spread. But thinking
Yeah,
back, most of those packs sold out. And so most of those individual plots were all distributed back on those original sales.
exactly. Yeah, so even if it doesn't look like it's particularly built up, apparently it's owned. So
Hmm.
that's good to know.
Actually, with the
Um,
colony, we gave, as part of one of our rewards months, we gave our 25 core OG members of the colony each a Genesis land plot. And so that's part of what we'll be doing here this month is going in and doing build contests on those and doing some exploration. And then because the colony's headquarters is in Uplift, that's actually part of what we're planning to do for an upcoming contest is I'm dropping spoilers there, but we're going to really focus on Uplift and then work out some portaling so that we can. One of the coolest things I think you can do in the Uplift is portal your plot and connect it with any other plot so that you don't have to spend 15 minutes walking across the map. But you
yeah,
could just jump from your plot to your buddy's plot, even if it's on the other side of the world. Is that Silvercore that's in the
that's
world right now?
Silvercore who's in there. Silvercore who did the music NFTs we like to listen to in the Rave Cave.
Oh, those were so fun. Thank you, Silvercore. I don't know if you're on or seeing this, but we sure appreciate you for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for the NFTs. Those are fun music.
So Borvalis and Swineland here. I'm looking at Swineland. It's the rail that's up for auction. And the corner plots are available, and they're the ones with the nether portals, and they're the only
Uh-huh.
nether portals. So if you want easy traffic to your
Hmm.
plot, those are the ones I'd go for.
Interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
because all of the in those two worlds, all of those plots are distributed and assigned from people uplifting their Our Planet land from the Our
Yeah,
Planet game. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I love that partnership. That was one of the first partnerships where an NFT could be used both in the Our Planet game and in the Uplift. It really pioneered the idea that you could have an NFT that worked in multiple platforms. It's kind of fun.
exactly. A couple bids on the rail here over in Borvalis, so that's
Yeah.
good.
Ooh, Renix is spawn. Fun.
Yeah, whoever this person
Ember.
is, IMBR, they've made a lot of bids. So I think we're looking at our new whale.
They're a big player in the Our Planet game for sure.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. So yeah, so that's all the stuff that's going on there. And I had an idea for something. Oh yeah, I know what I wanted to show everybody. Okay, so if I go to my regular maps here, I'm going to look at Let's go for Uplift because that's probably going to be pretty popular. I have some map layers over here, so I can take off that, I guess. I have points though for the most recent season, and it looks like a sea of red. But if I zoom in here, all of the dark purple spots are spots that got more points for rewards. So if I'm trying to plan where I want to pick a plot, like let's say that I want to go near one of these nether portals in the corner, and I'm wondering what rail plot I should get or which one has the most traffic. I can look at these purple things. Like this purple one has had a lot of traffic. So if I'm picking a nether portal, I might go for that corner. Or I think it wasn't down here. This one maybe as well. So then I can take a look back over here at my auction map. And it was these two up here. It looks like someone else had a similar idea. So the nether portal corner is not up for auction. This place is now. It was, let me see here. Third from the top here is full of activity. So if I look at third from the top, 1, 2, 3, it's this place. So the rail right next to it is up for grabs. No, it's not. That's not purple. They've built purple. That's interesting. So I guess the closest plot would be over here. Or this one, which has also been bid on. So
I love the heat map for the points. That was one of the things that I remember back when things first started. It was one of the things that a lot of people were asking for. It was a high priority. So I love that that's now available, and it looks like you can go back to prior seasons as well and look at kind of the progression of points. Because I know that every month or every season they're changing, adjusting how you get points and kind of keeping that secret black box so that people aren't gaming the system. And so it'll be fun for me. I'll get to finally go in and look at some of my plots and see which ones of them have been earning on the ROI standpoint, from an ROI standpoint. That's really fun.
yeah, so if I take a look, I've got season 2, 3, and 4 up here. It gives me a different picture here entirely. Looks like I take layers off here. So season 2, I've got the purpley business again, and then season 3 is another layer. So like these plots have consistently earned across 2 seasons. Bump up to season 4 and they're back again. So this spot actually might be a really hot spot for Uplift. So if I go back there, that was over in this area somewhere. Where was it here? This is a rail, so it would be rail spots 4 and 5, and then the one adjacent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 3 plots, the B plot here, they're all active. So if I were picking an uplift spot, I might want to get this one or that one or that one.
Super smart.
Yeah. Or even like this rail intersection here would probably be a good one to get. Or even down, in this general area. But
I
you
love
can
that strategy of really looking at the adjacent plots. And I hadn't thought of it, honestly, until I was reading through the chat the other day. And you know that lucky cat, the big yellow lucky cat that's in Genesis?
Yeah.
There was a conversation around that, and the builder of it, somebody was congratulating him on his plot and how cool it was, and he said, well, it's really great for everybody around me because people don't come onto my plot to look at it. It's so big that everybody's circling the plots around it while they look at it. And so
Yep.
really it's helped out all the adjacent plots. And so with some of these amazing, cool builds, a lot of times people aren't going into the middle of the build to look at it from the inside. A lot of times they're looking at the build from the outside and circling around on the adjacent plot. So that's a really interesting strategy, Jen.
It really is.
Plots with all the little ones just orbiting. Maybe the little plots are. They're going to handle the traffic.
If I jump back to gratitude here, this plot is the spawn plot, and this is the auction map. So the rail is popular going north-south, but none of the east-west ones really are getting much going on there. So if I take a look over here, It's probably a points thing because this stretch of rail, the north-south, is getting much more travel than either of the east-west sections.
Interesting.
Hmm.
So much data.
It really is. So then I can take a look at, I think it was over here was that one that was red. So let's take a look at that. So I'm 3 in and 1 down. 3
Well,
in,
this is
1 down. Yeah, it
such
was
an
this one.
important piece because
Yeah.
people like to be able to calculate their ROI. Being able to come in and start to calculate ROI really helps with some of those, I'm not going to say investment or speculator decisions, but picking which game pieces that you
Yeah.
want to have in your wallet. But for me myself, I love that opportunity to use my calculator for some of these purchase decisions because if you have a choice between one that's a high earner and one that's a low earner, especially when they're pretty close in pricing, being able to come in and use data like this, oh, it's wonderful. I love it.
It really is. So right over here, we've got a couple of smaller plots that are very heavy on the points. This big plot has already been taken, but this one hasn't. So if I look at this other map here, I would want to go for that plot because the ones beside this community plot here, which actually look like rail, it did, not quite. Um, those are very active. So I would assume that some of that might spill over if I built something really cool. And if I'm looking at my corners in terms of nether portals, it's real easy to guess that this corner is probably a happening place. So if I were going to bid on something at or by a nether portal, it would be down there. And if I take a look here, somebody's already had that same idea. So
Love it.
in gratitude, the corner plots with the nether portals are up for grabs. So that's fun.
That's awesome. Hey, I was just looking at comments. Ghetto Crypto, welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
Good
Morning to
morning.
you as well.
Hopefully, you've had a chance to put some wax in that fancy new Wombat wallet so that you can bid on some plots here.
Yeah, that tutorial was awesome. Good job, Jen.
That was fun. I learned lots. Always do. But yeah, number one rule, don't be afraid to click on anything unless you actually have money in it, and then don't.
Yeah, there's definitely been some scams running through Discord lately, and most of them capitalize on recent hype news,
Mm,
where it says, "Hey, don't miss out on this thing. Click quick." But the problem is, when you click it, it's actually permission for them to take everything in your wallet, and so, and those links are coming primarily through DMs, and so when a random person is DMing you for the first time in Discord saying, "Please click this," definitely read before clicking, and probably not a safe click. Most of the time, they have like Atomic Hub spelled wrong, and so it's not actually even a valid website. You're going to a scam website. But yeah, on that
yep.
subject of clicking, when in doubt, maybe um, don't. but
Yeah.
but then, like you said, use a wallet that. When you're experimenting with something new, maybe use a wallet that doesn't have all of your assets in it.
Oh
Maybe
yeah.
keep those stored off on a separate wallet.
Set up a separate wallet that's literally for oopsies and clickbait stuff.
Experimenting, yeah.
Yep. Keep 5 wax in it and don't do much.
Awesome.
um, just taking a look back here at London, it
Ooh,
looks like
that's
this
active.
plot near Spawn is getting hot.
Yeah,
That's expensive.
there's
We have a
a there's a portal hub in London that leads to many places, and
Yeah.
I I'm using the same strategy that I use in Scrabble, where you spell a really good long word, and then I put an S at the end of it and hijack your word.
Uh huh.
Um, so people have portals going places. So instead of getting my own portal, I'm just buying the plot next to theirs.
Yeah,
nice.
I'm that
Free
person
portal.
too. Um, just a note here from our friend Chris. Be sure to update your Chrome browser. New urgent update out. So that's something to do as soon as we're all done with the stream here. Get those browsers updated, um, and probably for security reasons. So do the thing. Yeah, I'm curious to see how all these spawn plots go because the portal hub is this one in the middle that looks all pretty and colorful, and soon, spoiler, there'll be something fun and interesting and new there.
Very excited.
maybe related to the contents of the show.
Very excited. Well,
Yes.
and this auction goes for the first wave goes for another like 4, 5, 6 days, something like that, and then the wave that just started today goes for 7 days as well, right? So we have 4 or 5 days left on the first wave, which is the first three worlds of Genesis, Gratitude, and Lundum, right? And then Uplift, Swineland, Bervalis, those will go a week as well, and so those will go for 2 days longer than that first wave. If I read that right, I just want to make sure we confirm timing, because I've had that question come from several of the colony guys are saying, "Hey, how long do we have?" And it's kind of a two-phase thing. Oh,
It
thank you for showing that,
is.
Jen.
I think I'm just going to take a look here because I think the decision was that it would. Yeah, I don't remember. I'm going to see if there's anything in here that actually tells me it kind of doesn't. Oh, I know where to find out. If I go here and go to London, and let's say that I want to, I don't know, I'm going to pick a random place. I'm going to go to the auction. It should have an end date on it.
Okay.
Ends in 4 days, 20 hours, and 34 minutes. So 4 days from now,
Mhm.
it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus 20 hours, 11. So it ends on the 11th. And then this one, let's say I want to bid here. I
And
don't.
that's a phase two
And this one
Uplift.
is 6 days, 20 hours. So
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
phase two
Beautiful.
goes for 2 days longer.
Love it. And quick question on the auction timing itself, and this is very specifically a selfish question for me on the plots that I'm bidding on.
Mm-hmm.
Is this, does it have that anti-snipe thing where if you go in the last second and you click bid to try to snipe it from somebody else, does it reset the timer for an extra amount of time to give the other people a chance to come back in and rebid?
Yes, as far
Okay,
as
good.
I know, based on what we discussed, it will reset the timer for 10 minutes.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
which is lots of time for somebody else who's watching to get in there and be aggressive. So,
Get more wax.
yeah, yeah,
Awesome.
transfer that wax. So,
Oh, it
yeah,
relieves some of the stress because watching those timers for the last second, and sometimes there'll be multiple people that'll all jump in at that last half a second, and knowing that you're going to have a chance to compete again, that's very relieving to me. That's good.
definitely. Yeah, so keep eyes open. The 11th, I don't have a calendar in front of me. That's a sad state of affairs. I don't know what day that is. I think it's a Monday.
Monday morning at 6 a.m. For me Pacific time, which would be 9 a.m. Eastern, is
Yes.
the alarm that I put in my calendar.
Okay, so that's 7 o'clock my time. That's really not the greatest time for me to be trying to snipe things. Whatever. So that means that the other one would end on the 13th, early in the morning. So we're going to have lots of fun new plots to show off on our next show.
Very, very
Yeah,
exciting.
it will be wonderful. So that's a thing, and that means also on the weekend, hopefully we'll see lots of action because Monday morning comes quickly. So I don't know what everybody else's hot weekend plans are, but after the rave cave, I'm going to check out my auctions and make sure that I'm still winning.
Whoop, whoop,
Mm-hmm.
whoop, whoop. Very exciting.
Yeah. I guess then the race. The race is on tonight. We should maybe mention that. So
Yes.
the race is happening. It's going to be a party and a half, and it's in Shippletopia. Um, you can get to Shippletopia through, there's a portal if you're here in Uplift. Here's the spawn, and right over here where Swineland is, that's the corner store. There's a portal in there to Sadisty's place. Once you go through the Rainbow Skull portal, then you turn left and go downstairs, and there's a Shippletopia portal. So that's a thing an easy way to get there. There are also portals at the entrances in CK, in Chicken Caw here. So if I'm here, we have entrances all over the place. So here's the south gate over here, and there is the north gate right here, and spawn is right here. So spawn and north gate are very close to each other. It's very easy to get there. Difficult to mess that one up. And then we also have the west gate over here as well on the west edge. So Shippletopia tonight. And that's 10 o'clock Eastern. So we will be there. We'll run some races and bring all your friends.
So exciting. Those are definitely the highlights of my week in the metaverse. I love those moments. Yeah,
Yeah, I like
I
that.
think the moment we discovered that we could turn it into a death race by shooting each other's carts out as we fell through the air, I think that was really the moment that it became real Mario Kart for me.
Yes,
There's just something about that. It's like throwing turtle shells at each other. It's so good. So good.
it is majorly fun. And if
Yeah,
you've
that
never,
was a game changer.
yeah, if you've never been to a race, you really should because it's a ton of fun. So, yeah, that's all I have. Anybody else have any thoughts, news, updates, anything like that?
You know, you did mention one thing that I had a question about, Jen, and
Hmm.
I know that you're an important part of the Uplift team, and so you probably have both some inside knowledge that you may or may not be able to share. But then, as far as the public version, you mentioned the DAO tokens, and
Yeah.
that with the land sale, everyone that owns a piece of land by a certain time will end up with DAO tokens, which, when it comes to ROI, for me personally, that's one of the things I'm most excited about, because those DAO tokens will end up being a percentage of the revenue, right? So it's going to be a true passive where you can actually earn a percentage of the revenue from future sales of the Uplift, right? What's what else can you say about that? I'd love to hear a bit more about that part of it.
There isn't a whole lot else to say yet because it is planned. The snapshot for landholders who will be receiving DAO tokens will happen at the end of April. So get all your land. Might not be a super shabby idea to have all your land in one wallet for the snapshot because the DAO token's being dropped on ETH. So that means there's going to be some sort of a gas fee to claim your DAO tokens and get them into your ETH wallet. And there's going to be lots more information about that as the month wears on. But yeah, my only thought there from a strategy point of view is that if everything's in one wallet, then you have one claim for DAO tokens and one gas fee, as opposed to if you happen to be very whaley and have your stuff spread out all over the place, then if you have, say, I don't know, 20 different wallets and maybe you have 20 different places where your tokens are being dropped, that's 20 different gas fees. Don't do that. But I don't know how confusing that. Greg,
It's a really good point.
hey,
Greg,
Hey,
how's shitcoin?
I'm on my phone and I found the quiet corner, but it's also the hot corner because I'm out in the sun, so I won't be on too long. I'm at the Shitcoin conference in Miami,
That's
and
great.
yeah, it's good stuff. I'm meeting a whole bunch of people that when they see the Uplift shirt, they tell me they own property in the Uplift, and we've been talking about DAOs and sub DAOs and Shipple. A lot of talk about Shipple today, so
Good.
it's been really cool. Yeah, I will tell you that Corey's speaking this afternoon, right? And but Shipple, even though we're not listed on the literature, is getting there's a lot of talk about our particular shitcoin, and it makes me very proud and excited to be a part of it.
Yes.
And Jen and Marty particularly, if your ears have been burning today, it's because we've been talking a lot about Shipple and you guys and your hard work makes all happen. So yeah,
That is
I just thought I'd dip
absolutely-
in and say hello.
Thanks.
Yay. Thank you. And thanks for representing Shipple.
Say it again. I can hardly.
Thanks for representing Shipple. It's important.
I can't hear you.
That's okay.
Oh yeah, It's been pretty cool. Like first thing is in any crypto gathering, I'm always amazed at how few people even know about WAC. So like laying out Shipple's relation to wax and where we do things. It turns out I know more than I thought. Things that I didn't really know that I had grokked completely. And yeah, so we're having a great time and we're talking about you guys constantly. Yeah. and we got some people that are definitely interested in the concept of supporting the small charities and doing so with a a tokenomics kind of look at how we decide who gets help. And yeah, that's it. That's the full report.
Love it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Greg. That's awesome.
Marty, good to see you, man. Your name has
Good to see you,
crossed some lips today. Like I've been hearing about you from other people today, which is kind of crazy.
Good.
Can you do me a favor, Greg?
All right, I'm going to
Can
go,
you give
but I will let
people
you
a
know
big
that the
hug?
big topic of
Big
conversation of this entire conference. What's that?
I was just going to say, give people a big hug from us.
I have such
Big
a bad
hugs.
connection. Right. But DAOs are the big topic of conversation at this conference today, and how they're going to change the landscape of things and how things get done. So we're apparently on the right path.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to drop out. I love you guys very much. Shipple rules. We love Shipple.
Yes.
Bye.
And on that
so
note, I
good.
think that is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear all of that.
So fun.
He cut out there when he said the most important word, and then it cut out, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna leave us on a cliffhanger, buddy.
I love it. Well, so many people we love there. Hopefully, we all get to be there next year. I know that they're going to do a
Yes.
recurring conference, so
I would love that. That would be
that'll be
fun.
fun.
All right. Well, we should probably run here too. We'll post the information for the race in all the usual places. I've got the link for our Telegram in the video description, so follow us there and on the Twitter, and hopefully we'll see you all at the race tonight. And usually we are in World a few minutes ahead of time to help people find Shippletopia. Good morning, Joe.
And
Joe.
Twitter space. There's a
Yeah.
Twitter space.
Yeah, oh yeah, the Twitter space. That's of course that thing I'm doing right away after. So the 1:00 Eastern, the Uplift World on Twitter is hosting a Twitter space. We're going to be talking about why the DAO token is going to be on ETH and not Wax, and why both blockchains are equally awesome and amazing. So
Awesome.
come prepared.
And use your phone if you want to talk. I've
Yes.
had the last 2 Twitter spaces on my computer, and I couldn't figure out where is everybody talking on your phone.
Yes, you need a phone to do the Twitter space, so be prepared for that. But yeah, feel free to join in the conversation. Tell us why you love your blockchain. We're definitely not shit talking the other ones, so enjoy. And Ace there will be at the race. All right, well, we'll try our best there to make sure that we run a couple later races too. So there we are. Any
Awesome.
last words?
Jen is awesome.
So are you.
Russ is also awesome.
I agree.
We need a hashtag that says Russ too.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
All right. Bye.
Bye.